This podcast is sponsored by BuyBiz.io. Discover premium AI-driven online businesses for sale, perfect for standalone growth or seamless integration. Explore now at BuyBiz.io to kickstart your digital success.
How to buy a business, a step-by-step transaction timeline explained. Learn the step-by-step timeline for buying a business, from research to closing. Plus, explore AI-based business listings for sale today. How to buy a business, understanding the transaction timeline. So, you're thinking about buying a business? Maybe you've been dreaming of owning your own company, or perhaps you're ready to jump into the world of entrepreneurship without starting from scratch. Either way, one of the first things you should know is how the process actually unfolds. Buying a business isn't an overnight gig. There's a timeline to expect, and knowing what happens and when can save you a ton of headaches down the road. Let me walk you through the typical timeline of a business transaction. I'll keep it casual, like we're chatting over coffee, so you can really understand what to expect. And if you're curious about actual businesses for sale, be sure to check out Archieboy Holdings' AI-based businesses for sale. They've got some interesting options over at https://www.buybiz.io/listings. Explore their listings today and find out what might be your perfect match. 1. Initial research and preparation. Before you even reach out to a seller or get serious, you're going to spend some time just researching. This is when you figure out what type of business you want, what budget you have, and what industries interest you. It's a bit like window shopping. You want to get a feel for the market. Look at online listings. Understand industry trends. Get clear on your financing options. Here's a tip. Save yourself some time and check out businesses that are already curated, like the ones from Archieboy Holdings. Their AI-based businesses offer a pretty unique angle, especially if you want something modern and tech-forward. 2. Making contact and initial discussions. Once you find a few promising businesses, the next step is reaching out. This is usually straightforward. You express your interest and might sign a non-disclosure agreement, NDA, so the seller can share sensitive details. This stage is also when you get a general feel for the business's financial health, ask preliminary questions about operations, and start figuring out if the deal feels right. 3. Due diligence. This is where the transaction really starts to shape up. Due diligence means getting a detailed look under the hood. You'll review financial records, contracts, customer data, employee info, supplier agreements, basically everything that shows how the business runs day to day. Expect to spend a few weeks here. It's critical because this is your chance to uncover any risks or hidden issues before you commit. 4. Drafting and negotiating the purchase agreement. Assuming due diligence checks out, the next step is putting together the formal purchase agreement. This document outlines exactly what you're buying, the price, and the terms of the sale. Negotiations happen here, so don't be surprised if the seller wants to adjust details. It can take some back and forth to get everything right. 5. Financing and closing preparations. By this point, you either have financing lined up or are finalizing those details. Banks, lenders, or investors want to make sure you're good to go. Simultaneously, you'll prepare any final paperwork and start planning for the official handover of the business. 6. Closing the deal. The closing day is when the magic happens. You'll sign the purchase agreement, transfer funds, and receive control of the business. There might be some last-minute paperwork and coordination with lawyers or brokers to make sure everything is in place. Once this step is done, congratulations, you're officially a business owner. 7. Post-sale transition. The transaction isn't completely over once the deal is closed. You'll typically go through a transition period where the previous owner helps with training, introductions, and getting you up to speed. This can last from a few weeks to months, depending on the complexity of the business and your agreement. Wrapping it up. Buying a business might seem like a big, complicated maze, but breaking it into these clear steps makes it manageable. Remember, take your time during due diligence and don't rush the negotiations. It pays off in the long run. If you're ready to start your business journey, Archieboy Holdings' AI-based businesses for sale could be your perfect starting point. Their listings offer a smart, modern twist on business ownership, with plenty of support built in. Explore our listings today and take the first step toward owning a business that fits your goals and lifestyle.